So I hope everybody is well. St Leger week is upon us. It's the St Leger Festival 2024 in the city of Doncaster up in South Yorkshire. What a 4 days this is. Always good fun. Always a great couple of days racing. Really like Doncaster. A great course and really excited about the Leger this year. Really is one of those races I always enjoy watching. First ran in 1776, super historic this race, lots and lots of history. So with no further ado, let's get on to 2024's edition, the last British Classic race of the year. It's the St Leger. Let's start there. Pretty interesting St Leger this year on Saturday. A few horses with some decent chances in there. Grosvenor Square will be popular, around 4-1, 9-2 currently. Jan Bruegel as well, potentially popular as well. You Got To Me. Sunway quite skinny, quite surprised at that, around 7-8-1. But we're going to the top of the market for our first bet in this race with Illinois, 6-4. Yes, this is a skinny price, but he should be there or thereabouts. Good run last time out at York at the Ebor Festival, the Great Vulture Stakes. That was a Group 2, finishing second in that race to Los Angeles, finishing second by a neck. So there's no shame in finishing second by a neck to Los Angeles. We know how good he is. Before that, a good second over in Paris. That was in a Group 1, ran pretty well that day. And before that, a nice win at Ascot, the Royal Meeting back in June. That was in the Queen's Vase, won pretty well that day. That was a Group 2 over the same distance as the Leger. So yeah, I do feel that Illinois is favourite for a reason, and at 6-4 I still feel he's at a backable price. I do believe he will get the job done. Obviously nothing is guaranteed, it is horse racing, anything can happen, but be very, very surprised if he isn't right up there once again. So one at a bigger price here, we've got Deira Mile, 16-1. Really interesting horse this one, a really good run in the Derby back in June, finishing fourth and finishing well as well. So I think this distance will suit Deira Mile even more this time. Not quite as good last time out, a second at Windsor, only 4 in the field that day. He was expected to win that race, but maybe just needed to run off quite a big break after the Derby in June. So he's only had 3 races this year, a couple at Windsor, one was in a Class 5 back in April, won that race well. A really nice run in the Derby, and then last time out at Windsor, well, maybe he just needed to run. That was in a listed race, Class 1 listed. Didn't run badly that day, he was only beaten by a neck, but I think a lot of people expected him to go on to win that race. But certainly feel in this race, at a price of 16-1, I like Deira Mile to hit the frame, I really do. I think there's a bit of a punt there, 16-1. Feels like he's got a very decent chance of outrunning those odds. So best of luck if you're having a bet on the St Leger. Let me know what you're getting on in the comments. Those are the 2 bets I will be placing this Saturday, Illinois and Deira Mile. So next we move to another one of the big races of the week at Doncaster. It's Friday afternoon. It's the Doncaster Cup. It's a 3:35 starts and the distance is 2 miles 2. And we use this term quite often on this channel, wide open field, and this is one of those. It really is. Sweet William, Gregory, both around 2-1, 5-2. Point Lonsdale 4-1, Trushan 5-1-ish, 5.5-1, and then what I like here, Coltrane 10-1. Only 6 runners expected to go in this race. The other horse, by the way, is Wise Eagle, around 50-1, big outsider. But we like this outsider, Coltrane 10-1, in different form this year, not been great, but did have a nice win at Ascot back in May. That was in a Group 3. Coltrane ran in this race last year and didn't run well at all. The previous year, 2022, he won the race and he won it pretty well. I was pretty impressed with him that day. Winning by a neck to Trushan in second. That was when Trushan was odds-on favourite as well. So really was an exceptional performance by Coltrane back in 2022. Can't get the words out. Stayed on really, really well at the end. So I just feel, 2022 was a great year for this horse. Last year it was pretty good as well. And this year the form has been indifferent. It's not been great, but you've got to factor in that is why it's priced around 10-1. That's why its price is so big. If you can get, in the exchanges, you could back him 3 places. You could certainly get 2 places, obviously at traditional placings. 10-1. I'd like him to go well in this race. I really do feel that he can more than outrun those odds. I think we can kind of forgive him some indifferent runs this year. Maybe something was not quite right. And certainly feel in this race specifically, we know that this horse could run well here. At that type of price, I do like Coltrane as a bit of a punt in this race. Doncaster Cup selection then is Coltrane 10-1 this Friday, 3:35. Another race we want to highlight here is the 3 o'clock on Friday. It's the Doncaster Flying Childer Stakes. Group 2 this one. Plenty of runners, fast and furious. Look out for extra places. 5 furlongs is the distance. And one horse I feel is quite overpriced is Ain't Nobody. Around about 12-1 in a pretty wide open race. Disappointing last time out in Newmarket. That was of the 6 furlongs. Finished last of 6. But before that, 2 really, really good performances. Winning at Ascot over 5 furlongs back at the Royal Meeting. That was in the Windsor Castle Stakes listed race. Class 1 won that race really well. Ran on superb. Jamie Spencer was on board that day. Before that, won a nice race at Carlisle as well to start his career. Really do feel this horse offers some nice value in this race. I do feel he will go well. Lots and lots of potential, this horse. It's going to be fast and furious. As I say, this race, a lot can happen in a 5 furlong with two-year-olds in it, but certainly feel that there's some value in that. Ain't Nobody, 12-1, Friday, 3 o'clock. So that concludes the selections for the St Leger meeting. Best of luck, whatever you're getting on this weekend. 4 days at Doncaster is pretty good, isn't it? Pretty good racing all across the weekend. There's also some good stuff over in Ireland this weekend as well. So best of luck if you're having a bet on that. Speak again soon. Take care all. Let me know what you're getting on, and catch you all again very soon.